Your first deal is everything. That's why when people tell me, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, whatever it is that they don't have, I'm just like, dude, that's a mind limit. That's the limit in your own mind. If you can just figure out a way, just figure it out, how to get your first deal, your life will completely change. Because my life completely changed when I figured out how to do my first deal. I didn't have everything in order, right? I wasn't the smartest, I didn't have the most resources, I didn't have the experience. It took me a year and a half. It took me months to get my first deal. Obviously, that's not the norm, right? No, not everybody takes, most people take like 90 days to get their first deal, but it was just something I wasn't doing, something I didn't have. But the whole point of me saying that is because it just reminds me of how much I fought to get that first deal. And the day that I got that first deal, everything changed. I mean, we're talking about in terms of pure confidence, my confidence went through the roof. Nobody could tell me nothing. I got my first deal. Funny thing is, it was only $2,500. I made more at my job than I made on this first deal, but it was just the fact that I did it, and also the fact that so many people were saying that it couldn't be done. Like, so many people around my circle didn't know what it was, and obviously, like, I was trying and it wasn't working, so it was giving them proof that it wasn't working. There was also people in another circle, or like they knew people who tried it and didn't work for them either. So it was just like, it was just a whole bunch of like, oh, are you sure this? So that's like, most of the time I kind of like kept to myself and my goals, because like, you know, people just didn't understand, but I just could see it. I could see the vision, you know, like I had like a glimpse of what it could be like, and it is exactly how I imagined it. It is even beyond my wildest dreams, honestly, in terms of like income. Like, so basically a college dropout who like isn't even from America and just didn't grow up with money. Like, my parents didn't fund my lifestyle at all, okay? Like, I'm very grateful for them, but they gave me a place to stay. That was it, okay? Pretty much what I'm trying to tell you guys is I didn't have any help from anybody. The most help from them was words of encouragement here and there, but most of that really came from like strangers, like YouTube. Like, I bought courses, bought mentorships. Like, all of my information, all of my data that I've acquired over the years has been through my own doing, right? Like, I was reading certain books to learn what to do. I was just gathering certain information about this whole space, about real estate. I was like, well, since I'm gonna be in the space, I might as well know everything. And I pretty much know everything out there. Like, I'm not saying that I've done everything, but I just know about them, right? It's a crazy feeling though when you finally do achieve the goal that you set to achieve. It's an incredible feeling, and it's just a life-changing feeling, because you get the confidence. Like, when I got my first deal, my confidence went through the roof, and I also just had this sense of direction, like of purpose, like, yeah, man, like, you know, where I'm going is just, it's the right way. The day that I got that deal, I quit my job. The shock that I got from quitting my job was very real, and I would not recommend it for anybody who doesn't at least have like 20K in their savings. Like, don't do it, okay? Don't do what I did, all right? It was a smart move, but it was like very calculated. I had 20K in my savings, and I gave myself that period of time. Like, I figured out how much I needed to live and how much it was gonna cost to operate the business. And I gave myself that period of time. Like, if it was 3 months, then I gave myself, if it was like 3K a month, then I gave myself however months it will take me to really go through 20K. How many would that be? Probably like 6 months or so. I would totally not recommend, but I was just so passionate about it that I just decided to just jump right in. I had a couple friends and I consulted with people about what I should do, and you know, they were telling me, you know, different things, but you know, some things were making sense to me. So I just decided to do it. When I quit my job, I will say that the shock is very different, because think about it, I'm not getting a regular paycheck anymore. And I just wasn't really sure about like the sales cycle of wholesaling. You know, there'll be times where you think that you're failing. There'll be times where you think that like nothing's working. But it's just that like you're in the middle of the sales cycle. It's a very weird thing because when I was selling cars, I knew that every single month, at the very least, right? It was like every single 2 weeks, basically, I would get paid like a certain amount because I was selling cars. I was good. But when I quit my job, like it will go like a month, 2 months, and I wouldn't see a paycheck. And I was like, I was panicking. I was freaking out. I was like, damn, like I made a mistake there, right? Like I should go back to work. I told my brother I was so close to going back to work because I was just like, I'm not making money. And then I realized that like sometimes you don't make money every single month in this business. It might take, maybe you messed up on 1 month and you didn't do your marketing right, or you didn't target, or your leads, you didn't convert your leads, right? So now you're gonna wait another month. So now that month is crucial for you to convert these leads. And then you have to, and then like, if it's like 60 days and you're not making money, you start panicking. But you have to understand that sometimes it might take 90 days before you can even get paid, because let's say that you started marketing month 1, you're getting leads, but you're not converting leads. And then month 2, you convert those leads, and then you get one under contract, and then boom, now you sell it month 2. Within the 2 to 4 weeks, you sell it. So that's like 45 to 60 days. It's 45 to 90 days for you to close that deal, right? So it's just that like that understanding, I didn't have that, but so I was very scared. But if it wasn't for me getting that first deal, I would have never kept going, because like I would have not known like what I could be doing, what I could do, right? The fact that I got that first deal under my belt, I was like, man, if I could do it one time, I can do it 10 times. And then that was really the mentality that really like made me go in. And so that's literally how like my mind changed just from that one deal. And it was kind of in the sense of like, I wanted my own independence. I was making money at my job, okay? But I wanted to make money on my own. I didn't want to rely on a boss telling me what to do. I didn't want to rely on nobody. I ain't gonna lie, like working a job was good. Like I could understand why people would stay there, because like they're feeding leads, I close the deals, like I make money. I was making good money. I was making like, I think the most I made at my job was 10 grand a month. So it wasn't like I like sucked, okay? But the thing is that it was just so draining. It was just so tiring. And I was just like, dang, like this sucks. And like I would work like weekends and stuff like that. And sometimes I would work holidays. It was just not it, okay? And I knew that like that's where my life would be, because I didn't have an education. Like I couldn't really get a regular 9 to 5 that would pay me like that. You know, maybe if I go into tech sales, but I'm pretty sure sales everywhere is the same thing. Yeah, I was making money like at my job, but it was just so tiring. So like the idea of financial freedom, where I could just wake up when I want, I could be able to work when I want, I could be able to work at home, I could be able to go in the coffee store and work, I can be able to go to Mexico and work, I can go to another state and work. That was really my dream, and I just wanted to be able to accomplish that. And I just had that sense of like independence, that I didn't want to have to rely on the boss. And that was really the driving force that made me quit my job, because I was like, man, if I made $2,500 on my own, nobody told me what to do, okay? I motivated myself to hang on for a year and a half and to close that first deal. If I could do that, I could do anything. I could do anything. It made me so confident in pursuing great things, because it's like, man, like it was such a rush. Like I could do anything. That's really how that deal really changed my life. And that's how that deal continued to change my life. It just keeps making me realize 4 years in, I'm going strong, and I'm here to stay, and I'm here to win, and I don't care what goes on. And I've been in space for so long that from here on out, it's straight wins, okay? And we're talking about $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. I'm talking about even $1 million a year. We're just gonna keep going. This mentality is really coming from my confidence in that first deal. It's kind of great making this video, I ain't gonna lie. It just reminded me, man, it reminded me how that first deal changed my life. So whatever you gotta do, get that first deal, okay? Do not let anything stop you. Don't let money stop you from getting that first deal. Don't let your mindset stop you. Don't let the people around you stop you. Don't let your circumstances stop you. Don't let anything stop you from getting that first deal. If you truly want this, you can truly have it, but you will be tested. You must become unbreakable, and you must overcome the limiting beliefs in your own mind. For you to be able to overcome these limiting beliefs, you have to do certain things. You have to read certain books. One book I'll tell you to read right now is Think and Grow Rich: How to Win Friends and Influence People. Success habits. Learn these habits. Be surrounded by these people who are operating at a big level. Let them influence your mind. Soak up all that knowledge, okay? That first deal is a game changer. Anyways, that was me, man, trying to motivate you to continue to keep going. Don't stop. I'm gonna see you in the next video, all right? Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace out.